Hello everybody, welcome back to Scrappy Adam. Welcome back to 30 Days of Sketches with Christie's Beautiful Life. And we're on to the second half of this series 12. And today we're on day 16. Today's sketch is from Debbie Norton Barton, and I have to say, I love this sketch. And primarily it is because, if we're honest, it is a little bit different to the sketches we see. And at first glance, when I printed these sketches off, I was like, oh wow, that's a bit different. But then the more I looked at it, the more I absolutely loved it. It's quirky, it's different, it's unique, and I really love it. So I wanted to stay true to the sketch as much as I can. So I'm doing a sort of playgroundy theme sort of layout. I'm using Play All Day Boy and Little Dreamer from Echo Park, and yeah, I really like this sketch. I'm mixing it up a bit as I do, but generally we're sticking to the theme of the sketch, because I love that there is a little bit of a theme going on. And it's just different. So we've got a cluster here, here, and here. We've got two little photos here, which I'm not using. Got a main photo and a title. Looks like this is an A4 sketch, but we are going to be doing 12 by 12. And I have done a bit of prep. So let's dive in and see where we're going. Here are the embellishments I've got. And I've also picked out some chipboard from the Play All Day. And this is another photo from the Play Park in Canada, which is from 1993. So that's me when I was like 3 years old. So that's the photo we're going to use. And as you can see, I've got loads of torn paper here. So let's see where we go. So I'm going to pull these off. I'm going to pull them off, and I'm going to pull them off. And we are going to start by trimming off our branding strip. So I am using this paper, believe it or not. It's Brighter Days from Pink Fresh Studios, Delightful, and it's the grid paper. So it's a sort of ombre kind of design. We go blue to purple to pink to red. So let's trim off that branding strip. And then I have three papers. Well, I actually have two papers. I've got Play All Day Boy All Aboard and Play All Day Boy Play Ball. I'm using the B side of both of them. So I'm just going to trim those branding strips off. So I've trimmed the branding strip off all of these papers. We've sort of distressed them. And I've tried to maintain the sort of design of the sketch with these papers. So you can see we've sort of got them going down like so, and they look torn. And that's what I've tried to keep with this. Probably should have come a bit lower, but it's okay. It's not a problem. And now we're going to work on this area, and this area. I've got torn elements for all of them. So we've got these little bits. So first up, we are going to put these ones about here. We are going to come off the page slightly. There we go. And then I'm just going to trim off those. I just didn't know how far I wanted at the time, hence why I just left them on. So we've got our little element going on here, and I'm actually going to use this up here. This is going to get tucked in, but we'll do that in a moment. I'm going to do the same over here. Put a bit of adhesive on. So the blue paper is from Little Dreamer, and the orange is the same as this paper, which is the Play Ball from Echo Park. We're going to put these papers about here. And again, I'm just going to trim them off. What I would say is, if you're sort of preparing your layout as you go or in advance, just always overestimate what paper you need, because you can always trim it back, whereas you can't really add paper with ease. That's my little win for today. And then I'm going to do the same with this one. Now this is just going to go up here. Now it's going to go in the middle actually. I'm going to put a strip of adhesive there. So we're going to have this adhesive going about here and this one about here. So that is my pattern papers, and our photo is going to go in the middle. I am not matting my photo. I think we've got enough pattern and detail going on in this layout. So I'm just going to get my photo down there, and then it's a case of building up and seeing where we want to go. So I actually was thinking of this there, but I'm going to put it over there. I love this little card. It's from another pattern paper and it simply says Little All Star. I am going to trim it a little bit. So we're just going to take the border in, trying to be straight as we can be without worrying too much. No stress. That's going to go there. Get rid of those offcuts. Okay. So as I say, this sketch is so different, isn't it? It really is. But I love it. I would never have done a layout like this without this sketch. So I think Debbie has done an absolutely fantastic job. And that is what's so amazing about this series now that Christy's gone to exclusive sketches. Because we just get some absolutely amazing designs that we wouldn't get otherwise. It allows all these awesome sketches to be showcased, whether you're playing along on YouTube, on Instagram, or whether you're just playing along for the fun of it. I truly, truly love it. Okay, so I'm going to put our title up here in the form of a chipboard banner with some Nuvo Deluxe adhesive. And it just says play all day. And then we've got some room for a little element you can notice on the sketch that's the other way around, but I've decided to go that way. And I think I will use this star and cloud up here as well. Now, Echo Park chipboard, not a big fan. It's not adhesive, which, you know, it's not the end of the world because let's face it, chipboard is generally not very good with the adhesive anyway. But they also don't die cut it fully because they have those little sticky outy nodules, and I don't know, just never comes off fully for me. Don't know if anybody else has that issue or whether it's just me being picky, but when I'm buying chipboard I want it to be a clean cut, and they also have sometimes very big white borders, which isn't, you know, it's not a major issue, but it's not my favourite. I prefer Simple Stories or Pink Fresh Studio chipboard. But, you know, I decided let's use some. So I've used a couple up here to kick start this layout. Then we do have this one, Boys at Play. It's the same orange as this. I was going to use Boy Oh Boy, but I think that's a bit big. So that's gone back in the wallet. We're going to keep this sketch here because it's amazing. And let's see. What have we got here? I'm going to use a flare. This is one of the new flatback flares. So I'm going to use one of those on here. You will see some of these coming up very soon, full details, especially if you are waiting for an order. So I'm going to put that adventure there, just used a bit of glue on the back. They are a lot thinner. Some of them also have magnets on. Okay, then trying to see, is that straight? Yeah. So we've got that. I think I'm happy with that as it is now. So let's move on down here. And what I was thinking is, we could just have some elements tucked in here and there. So I've got some sticker book, puffy stickers, brads, as well as the sticker sheet. So let's look at the sticker sheet first. Got Little Dreamer and Play All Day. We're going to use this tree, I think, here. Because obviously we're in some sort of woodland. We do have a cloud, which I really like. So I'm going to bring another cloud in up there. And then looking at this one, I think I'm going to use the sticker scooter along with the chipboard bike. So I'm going to put the scooter there. And then let's bring this bike in, put some glue on it. It's chipboard. And I'm going to sort of tuck the bike in under there. So I just need to hold that down for a minute because it's got quite a lot of paper to stick through. Okay, so I like that little cluster going on there. Then we have got something we need over here. Maybe that's still a bit big. Let's have a look at our sticker book. I'm flitting back and forward here. Okay, move that up. I want you to be able to see. So I'm just looking to see if there's anything. I'm not really focused whether it's relevant. Like these kind of work, we've got this truck, trike, whatever you call it. And yeah, some of it's not going to be fully relevant, but as far as I'm concerned, it all works because it's just a little boy having some fun without a care in the world. Those were the days. Going to add another star up there. We could add a digger. Again, doesn't really have anything to do with the doesn't have anything to do with the photo, but that's fine. I'm just having fun using stickers that I would not normally use, which is one of the reasons why I made the decision to do some of my kiddie photos. I don't have an awful lot of them, but I wanted to do some of them. Okay. Oh, I've just broken the helicopter. It's fine, we can just stick it back together. Let's have a look. We've got a little banner that says "Old Boy." I'm going to sort of bring that in there. So we've got some distinct clusters going on. I would like some sort of wordy bit over here. Not sure if we're going to find it though. Let your dreams take flight. That kind of works. I'm going to pop that there. And then I'm going to use a couple of these banners underneath here. No. I'm going to use one up here. And I think let's use a couple of these wordy ones here. As far as I'm concerned, you can never have too many words. Okay, so we've got that going on there. We've got another car here, so let's add that in here. I'm just going full on transportation with this layout, even though I'm on a seesaw. Who cares? Who blooming cares? Okay, we've got a little sun, that can always work. It's just a fun layout, as I say, using things that I might not use ordinarily, I'm just having a little bit of fun with all the elements. We've even got a rocket going on. Why the heck not? And then I'm going to add a little cloud up here that also says little dude. We've got 3 stars, puffy stars, so let's add them there. Okie dokie. Let's see what we've got on here. I'm going to add an adhesive brad that says play, and I'm also going to add an aeroplane brad up here with our flare and cloud, and a car one down here. This is like a super fun, super childy layout, and I'm not ashamed to admit I love it. This is like totally out of what I would usually create. Now we do have journaling on Debbie's sketch. I am notoriously bad at journaling, but I am going to add some journaling strips, so bear with. So as you can see, I've added some strips, literally just cut some white card into random strips. They're very rough and ready, but I will add some journaling. I think I've stuck reasonably well to the sketch. I have added some extra bits here, and obviously I don't have 3 photos, I've only got 1 photo, and that's just because that's all I had for this particular day. I'm just going to add the last few bits and bobs, which isn't going to be all that much, I don't think. I think we'll add a couple of enamel dots around and about. So we've got 3 there. We've got our 3 stars there, so I'll add 3 up here. Enamel dots just add a touch of something, don't they? Nouveau drops do the same, and I do have 30 tubes of Nouveau drops that I really should start using, but I've also got 100 packs of enamel dots that need using, so you know, we'll get there, we'll get there. That is going to do it for this layout, I think, guys. There's a lot going on this layout, but I think the photo remains the focus because of the background that I have used. And would you believe it's this paper that we have used, which I'm sorry, I do not like that paper. However, I adore this paper, and I do have a few of them because they're perfect backgrounds. And that, of course, was taken from my Scrap Backwards kit. Everything else is from my sort of little kiddie sort of pack, which I don't have much of, but I just think these are so cute. So some kiddie photos are the way to go. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you, Christy, for all of your hard work, and thank you, Debbie, for today's inspiration. I absolutely love this sketch. Thank you for doing something a little bit different. I will be back tomorrow for day 17 of 30 Days of Sketches, and it's another good one. I will see you then. Have a wonderful weekend. Bye for now.